Hey guys, what is up? Shadolance back with another review. Today I'm going to be doing another missed epic, or rather, another epic. It's not a case, it's a weapon, believe it or not. But anyway, so this is actually the very first epic weapon ever released by Combat Arms, along with the Vipers and the Scorpions. So this is the very first epic ever released, the Maze MP7 mod. Now, being the first epic ever released, it obviously is not quite as OP in comparison to its regular counterpart as the other epics are in comparison to theirs. So overall, it's still an excellent weapon because it is an MP7 mod. MP7 on its own is already amazing. I already love that SMG. This is also a nice addition to the family. However, I don't think that the epic is worth trying over for the regular MP7 mod, which you can already purchase for permanent from the black market for $25 unless it's on sale. Now, I know I'm doing pretty well off the bat here, but there's a couple of reasons that makes this weapon not quite as good. I also get kicked like 3 times, so I think I recorded just the one kick, but I actually got several kicks here. Also, I have to apologize for the Dark Forest gameplay. When I saw that I actually had a chance to get good Dark Forest gameplay, I jumped at the chance, even though we're kind of base raping the entire time. So it's not the most enjoyable gameplay to watch, but it definitely shows you some usage of the gun. I actually like both of these guys here on the die, so that's kind of sad, but one thing the MP7 series is well known for is having very little damage drop-off for an SMG. The regular MP7 mod and the Maze MP7 mod both actually have less damage drop-off than the NX standard NX standard P90TR. That's what I meant to say, my bad. So that's really nice. I appreciate that. It has the nice little desert camo skin on it, which is kind of neat. So that's kind of cool. It has the pre-attached suppressor and the HDS4 reflex scope, which is real nice in my opinion. It's that NX scope. I recently bought mine for permanent on the for the assault rifles, but not for the SMGs, so this is still kind of new. One thing that puts this weapon a little bit behind the rest of the gang is that it has a 30 of 120 shots. It has the extra magazine, however, it does not have the extra 5 shots per mag. And in all honesty, I would rather have the extra 5 shots per magazine and have it 35 of 105. Have the extra shots distributed that way. I feel like the extra 5 shots per magazine, since you can put an extended magazine on this, obviously it already has a scope and a suppressor, so you can't put that on, but you can put the extended magazine on, and with an extended magazine too, you would be able to boost this to a 50 shot, but unfortunately it is stuck like the regular MP7 mod to a 45 shot. And actually, because of the very fast reload on the MP7 series, I would actually highly recommend that you put an extended magazine 1 at a minimum on this, because it is definitely worth it. Now into the actual stats of the gun. Sorry it took me so long to get here. Damage of 37, portability of 88, rate of fire of 87, accuracy of 75, and recoil of 62. Now, I am also going to open up the regular MP7 mod review. The MP7 mod was one of the very first weapons I actually did a really good job of reviewing on. I went back and watched that review in comparison to a lot of my other old reviews, and it's one of the very few weapons I actually did a pretty good job reviewing of in my own record. But there is actually a massive stat increase from the MP7 mod to the Maze. However, the Maze isn't even on par statistically with a lot of the other NX or even GP standard SMGs out there. My bad. Lost the word there for a second. But anyway, so that's why it's not quite as good as some of the others. The Vipers obviously is still amazing, but it's not even as good as the P90TR SE because it doesn't have the additional magazine that the TR SE has. Although it has more shots per magazine, so I mean, it's a trade-off, but it's whatever you guys want to call it. I still prefer the P90TR SE over the Vipers, but that's just me. But anyway, so back to the MP7 mod, which is what we're actually here for. The regular MP7 mod has a damage of 35 compared to the Maze 37. It has a portability of 88 compared to the Maze 87. Sorry, the MP7 mod has an 87 as opposed to the Maze 88. I can't speak for some reason today, guys. The rate of fire is 87 on both weapons, the accuracy is 75 on both weapons, and the recoil on the MP7 mod drops from a 65 on the mod to a 62 on the Maze. Both weapons are automatic. I think if they put a burst mode on this, it would be a little bit too OP. Well, OP for this weapon, but I think it would actually help it balance out a little bit, because I think it actually could use a little bit of balancing, in my opinion, but that's just me, maybe. It's actually a very popular weapon, surprisingly. A lot of people like this weapon, but in my personal opinion, I prefer the regular MP7 mod, just because I don't think that, I mean, obviously the Maze is slightly better. There are the increases, both statistically, but other than this, the one thing that's different between this weapon and the rest, and the regular MP7 mod, is that there's literally no difference besides the stats. The reload, everything is the same. The reload, the spread recovery, the damage drop-off, it's all the same. Draw speed, all the same. The only other difference is actually a negative for the Maze. It takes up more space on the screen. I've actually measured that with the res files. It actually is completely quite a bit. It actually is quite a bit bigger, actually. It takes about the entire bottom quarter of your screen, whereas the regular MP7 mod does not take up nearly that much space. So basically, if you were to take the weapon, if you look on the left-hand side of the weapon, where it has that like side rail attachment system, that little black area, if you were to drop the entire gun down to about that point, that's where the regular MP7 sits. So this weapon is like raised up higher. It's kind of weird. So it just blocks off more of your screen. So I don't know what they were thinking there, but it obviously wasn't very good. So, however, I personally think that the MP7 mod Steel is the best of all of them. I feel like it has the best increases because it has a faster reload, a faster draw speed, faster spread recovery, and the damage drop-off is the same as these variants, but that's just my opinion. So, in my opinion, I would actually say that the Maze is actually not the best variant. It's not really so much better than the regular MP7 mod that renewing it would be worth it. Now, I received the weapon for 30 days twice. I had two 30-day variants of it. I did this review and sold it back because I really had no intention of doing any more gameplay with it. There's really no point in seeing it. There is no difference between it and the regular MP7 other than the actual statistical differences. So, the performance is almost identical. It's still going to be that same 4-shot kill at longer ranges, so even that extra 2 points of damage won't do anything, even against a tanker, if you've done your math, unless the tanker's already taken some sort of damage. If a tanker is at full health, or a Hauser is at full health, then it's going to be about the same amount of damage that they take at a longer range. That 2 points is not going to help you that much from an SMG with this kind of drop-off. So it's not going to help you by a whole lot. What I would say is that you're better off just buying yourself an MP7 mod if you like the weapon that much. I just got completely failed right there. One of my allies jumped in the window in front of me, knocked me back into the other guy, and then I got shot. That just sucked. The person wasn't even aiming for me, so that's horrible. Like I said before, I would suggest at least an extended 1 magazine for these weapons. That applies to any variant of the MP7, whether it's the basic GP, the Steel, the mod Steel, or the Maze. They all could use it. The extra 10 shots make a massive difference when gaining accolades. The damage bleed through on this weapon. I know I don't normally talk about bleed through because it's usually just something you have to experiment with on your own. But I'd like to point out that the MP7 with the drop-off and bleed through are very similar, and it would take me a lot to explain both of them properly. So I'm not going to do that in this video. I might do that separately. I actually probably should do that, make a video where I explain all these terms that I use because a lot of people don't know what they mean. But anyway, I'm using them anyway, so until I make that video, you're going to have to bear with it or Google it. So, the bleed-through on the MP7 series is actually really good, surprisingly, for an SMG. It's probably one of the best for the SMGs ever released. It's better than the P90 series, including the Vipers and the P90TR SE. It's better than all of them, so that just should tell you something right there. Bleed-through is how much damage, if you hit one person, and the person behind them, that's how much damage they're going to take. So, the higher the bleed-through, the more damage they're going to take. So, the bleed-through on the weapon is very, very high, so that's good. Other than that, I really hope you guys... I'm running out of time for this review, so I just really hope you guys enjoyed watching this. It has a lot to the weapon. There's a lot of small nitty-gritty things that I had to go over, so I know that wasn't the most enjoyable to listen to, but it was factual, and that's the best I can say for a review. It gets the point out, and it tells you guys what's different about the weapon and whether you think you should renew it or not. Now, I'm not saying... I never obviously want to make the point where I say, you should renew this or you shouldn't renew this. I'm just giving you guys my opinion and what I would do as a professional CA player. So, I mean, that's honestly what I would say. Now, although I say professional, I say that as, like, I'm aiming to get a partnership and make money from it, not that I'm actually a pro player. There's a lot of people better than me, so I'm not going to call myself a pro. But professional as the term, yes. But anyway, other than that, I thank you guys for watching this review. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Keep watching the rest of my reviews. I have lots of epic reviews coming out this week. Please check out my NX giveaway. It'll be ending December... Probably Christmas Eve is when I'm going to actually end the raffle. I think I've said that already several times. But please rate, comment, subscribe, check that out. Get free NX, get free GP, get free preliminary prizes, and I will see you guys in the next review. Shadolance out.
You know what? Given the intelligence of the people who watch this show, this is probably a good thing to teach. Because my guess is when they're not trying to operate heavy machinery with their butt cheeks, they're probably trying to do something stupid like this. I mean, what else could you possibly teach that would be as stupid as that?
Even you can learn something from a sloth.
Fuck this show!